ahead and lead off.
Now it's started, so you're on live. What were you talking about?
We are talking about unity.
So you stayed on topic for once.
Well,
We
I
weren't
don't
really
know.
talking about that.
Right. Of course
Well,
not.
right before that, we weren't talking about that. Actually, I was having, as a new member of the Green Dragon, I was kind of having questions on how the Green Dragon runs. Because I'm still really new, I understand that you have your bartenders and they lead chats, and I understand that Mule and Rebel founded it, and um, I just didn't know if there was a
I
unity
can
thing that
explain
kept
it to you.
everything together.
It's way less organized than that.
Do you know?
Okay.
You said
Only,
you said you're like a gamer, or you were, or
Oh,
something.
well, I was, yeah.
All right, it's kind of like a guild.
Well, that's what I
Like
was wondering. If it
there's
was
like a guild leader, and then there's like it's a ventrilo chat pretty much, except for with
okay,
video.
so it's like talking on Vent, and we talk with our guild leader. Yes, I was a World of Warcraft
Yeah,
geek
exactly.
for the longest time.
But this is like politics and news
Okay.
instead of gaming.
Well, and that's kind of what I've been trying to figure out exactly is how things work and stuff
well, pretty
without
much it's an
stepping on anybody's
unorganized
toes.
leadership. We kind of all, Mule started it, so we all kind of give him the leadership position, whether he likes it or not, I guess you'd say.
I think
And we
this
all
is
kind of just do our own thing.
Okay, so each Green Dragon's chat could be totally different than somebody else's in their style and in their manner and everything.
Have you
Y'all
ever
get,
seen a drunk chat?
I have not seen a drunk
Oh,
chat.
yeah, they can get way different.
And I
well,
have not
it's
seen what was
tactical.
on Friday night, the 5% or whatever. I have not seen one of those yet either. But I am looking forward to the next one.
I
If
don't think
tactical
you
Tony
won't be
hosts
able
a
to fight.
chat, it's a drunk chat.
Because I have heard that those are hilarious. Maybe a bit crossing the line at times, but still hilarious.
No, not a bit. Very much.
Yeah, they're all loosely affiliated with the Dragon, so we
Well,
always go off the rails at some point.
we were also talking about the Hong Kong protest.
Yeah. Um, and you were mentioning that they kind of had some similarities to the Ukraine protests that were going on.
Well, I mean, just think about it. Everywhere else in the world is crazy. It's now Asians' turn. Is it now Asia? Like, is that next?
Way different.
And I have not
It's
seen what was
tactical.
on Friday night, the 5% or whatever. Oh, wow.
Feedback.
I'm getting bad feedback. How about you guys?
Somebody's bleeding over.
It's Joe.
What's that?
Always Joe.
Hilarious.
We're hearing your feedback, Joe, if you can turn it down or something.
It is turned
Crossing
down.
the line at times, but still
But I'll
hilarious.
go out and come back in.
Poor Joe.
Oh, hang on. I know what happened.
You're playing YouTube. We're also talking about the Hong Kong protest.
Jesus Christ! Come on, you guys, give me a break here. What are you doing? Do that.
And you were mentioning that they
This.
There
That
you go.
it?
Yeah.
perfect.
I was just going over there to say hi to everybody and ask them to hit the like button.
Oh,
And
yes.
I got tangled up in it and forgot all about the damn double recording.
Please, if you enjoy the show, like, share, um, pass it on to your friends. We would greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, since we've been waiting for an hour, let's do a quick shout out for everybody that's hung around this long to wait for us to get on here. More Days is on here. Atomic Bulls is in the chat room. Jeremiah Johnson screaming about the Second Amendment apparently. Kevin J. Stoll, we're still here, or we're on now. I don't know if you're still on, but we're here. QC Hemp 420 was out there at some point asking us to push the live button, which we finally got around to doing.
Sorry about that.
And yeah, not your fault. We'll just have to give G a little more direction to, hey, let somebody know if he's not going to push it. And then we got Joel Sweatman's out there. And Joel, this is not PC. I don't think this is not going to be a PC chat. I don't think it ever is. And Big Duke is in the chat. So obviously he's in the chat room as well. Is on the panel. So NWI
Oh,
Prepper just linked in, and we're up to date. And I don't know. You guys want to go back and talk about Unity, where you guys were at, to kind of go on
well,
topic what we
we
were
really
about?
hadn't gotten to the topic real heavy yet.
Who is that
And we
NWI prepper guy anyway?
also didn't really introduce ourselves, so maybe we should do that. You want to start with Big?
Yeah, I'm Big Duke. I live in Nebraska. I don't know. That's about it.
Okay. Um, towards me, next is the Green Dragon bartender that's sitting there.
G, isn't it?
Yeah, G's UA, but he's taking that one slot for the dragon.
Okay. Well, okay, then you who had the keys to open the tavern.
All right, HTP. If you don't know who I am, don't worry about it. I'm not that important.
That's High Desert Pioneer. High Desert Pioneer. Meet Kelly M.
I've met Kelly. She's been in here several times.
That's
I
what I thought.
have. I'm just having a hard time because I'm meeting so many new people, trying to
She still
remember
doesn't know who
everybody's
you
name.
are.
I got Joe's down because Joe and I spent some hours between 3 and 4:30 in the morning together one night, and I learned some new jokes. So
Oh, Joe and his jokes. Nice.
Oh, come on. You learn more than that.
yeah, I probably did. But I woke up happy because of the jokes. So
Okay, good. I'm glad.
So,
and
G wanted to talk about Unity and where did it go?
yeah,
Like, what
there's
happened to Unity? We used to be united,
exactly.
but the truth is we've never really been united.
Right.
Even since the founding, there was groups that fought for their own individual ideals, I guess.
Yeah. Do you think that there was a time in our country's history where we seemed to band together more than at other times? I'm thinking like post World War II. Every
No, World War
everybody,
II is pretty much. I think the population was pretty united under World War II.
yeah, and that's kind of what I'm thinking about was that we had that we can do anything mentality as long as we work together and everything, but um, that for me, that was my parents' generation, kind of what they were growing up in. So,
Yeah, I think where things started to catch a flap is back in the mid 50s when they came out with, now don't laugh, but when they came out with TV dinners.
very good point.
And I'll tell you why. Is because a lot of people before that, all the kids were fine with each other. They'd all go out and get dirty playing marbles with each other. They'd play stickball and roll the wheel, hula hoops, and play dolls. Girls play dolls with each other, and um, baseball in the sand lot and all that kind of stuff. But when technology started with that, for the homebody with the TV dinner, and then came the microwave, etc., electric can openers, this and that. Then you started to get people that got snooty about it. Hey, we have this and you don't. And then that created enemies.
See, I
What's that?
grew up in the 80s, and we grew up exactly like you just said. Like when I went out to play, and there all the neighbors got together, we all played baseball, whatever.
You had marbles back in the 80s?
No, we didn't have marbles, but we played baseball. We played
Okay.
football, hide and go seek.
Yeah.
So
No, I by that time, hell, let me see. by 85, 86, yeah, right around there, 85, 86, our kids were already heavy into the video games and starting to shit at home over wanting a new, different video game every time the goddamn wind blew, and that didn't cut it. Once I got past, we went through 3 different video games because they broke, and they wanted the next newest, highest priced one. I said, "The hell with that! I'm not doing it again." So since
Yeah.
their buddies down the street had one, it was a nee, 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 nee. So okay, I guess we can use it for a comparison. Well, unless first I wanted to find out where are you from anyway? Or
Nebraska,
Nebraska in the 80s?
Omaha, Nebraska in the 80s, and the difference is when my buddy had a video game, everyone went there. It,
Yeah.
it didn't matter that they got that. We weren't jealous. I had a good group of friends that we all grew up together, so it
And,
it
and
didn't matter who had what. We all shared. It was like, let's go to their house and play.
nobody went home bitching to their parents that you wanted one, huh?
But that's happened. I mean, even if you're a kid in like 1910 and your neighbor had a bicycle but you didn't, you're gonna go home and tell your parents you want a bicycle, right? Like,
Well, yeah, suppose.
Um, because I'm the new person here, I'm going to bring this up. One of the things I heard about the Green Dragon, I mean, one among many things I heard about the Green Dragon was that there was so much division among you guys. And I have to say that I have found, at least the people I've met, for the most part, I've found the exact opposite. And so, I'm constantly saying, wow, I'm impressed, or I'm surprised. And they're like, well, what, do you think we were just a bunch of, trolls, or what? Not trolls used in the computer, I'm trolling you type of word, but trolls as living under the bridge type of trolls. And, I guess in my mind I did. And so this weekend my husband and I have been talking, and we're talking about a lot of deprogramming I'm actually having to go through because of all the negativity that certain people had been telling me. And so I've seen, so far since I've been here, I have seen a lot of unity among people. I know that it's like a microcosm of society. Not everybody is going to get along all the time, but
I know the answer.
a lot of people do, and there's a lot of people that try to make sure that we do.
If you're talking about the people on the Green Dragon, when you're face to face and when you're in a live chat, you have manners because you'll get called out. But if you're typing on the internet, and being a troll or whatever, you're kind of hidden.
Yeah, and like I said, I had been taught that that the Green Dragon was somebody that I should fear and stay away from. And thank goodness I didn't.
I don't know if you're taught to fear. Well, you might have been taught that, but they just don't want us. They don't want us to talk to each other because then we might, we might start a movement.
So that is, I really was, by some other people that I hung out with. I was told over and over again that this was just not a good group. And to me, I've seen more unity in the past 2 weeks and more watching each other's back and, one another taking care of people. I've heard more people say, hey, have you heard from so-and-so? I've been worried about so-and-so, than I'm used to, coming from other areas on the internet. And I think that's wonderful. I mean, I'm very, very impressed by that, that type of thing. And, you know, always have perfect harmony? Probably not, but trying to work towards a common goal, I definitely think that is something we can do.
Well, that's interesting that you. Oh, right here, G. Everybody, G's in the house.
G's
Just
in
so
the
you
house.
know, he doesn't want to be left out.
Okay, so
Thank
what
you,
were you
everybody,
going to say? It's
for joining
interesting
us on
what?
this Saturday night. I am sorry that G is late. Thank you very much for my bartenders. Thank you very much, my brothers, to back me up and get it started. I appreciate it, Brother Loves. Thank you for joining us, Brother Duke and Joe and Kel.
Yeah, we would have started for you, but we had no keys to do such an item.
I appreciate it. You know, I'm assuming you'll hide for us. I appreciate it.
I'm right here, brother.
I just want to. You always are. You always are. And tonight is going to be a reality fucking check. Tonight is going to be a different night. I don't ask anyone to join me. I was going to do this motherfucker by myself, but I said, you know what? I will bring in my regs. I will bring in the people. And I'll always be supported by the Brotherhood and the bartenders. But I didn't ask anybody. I didn't go over any fucking routine on the chat. I want to go on a win, and I got a lot of shit on my mind. And I said, you know, there's been a lot of talking here on YouTube land, and that's why I didn't know if anyone wanted to ride along with me, because there will be some feelings that will be getting hurt tonight. But again, we're going to get into all that.
Well,
I didn't know how many people were going to come and join me, because I was going to make this a late chat for a special type of group here on YouTube to hear this, being that I know they're late night owls and they don't start their chats till late. So I wanted to get on their level and start up a late one so people could listen to this. And just like himself, he doesn't like to hide. He doesn't like to sugarcoat. He likes to get everything out in the open. So that's what I'm going to do. Matter of fact, I might have two special seats, and we will hold it for these two individuals, maybe three, if they want to come in tonight and have a little chatty chat. But, you know, we'll see if that happens. Thank you for the 25 viewers. It's going to be an interesting evening. I'll bet your ass it will be.
well,
Like
I
I
don't.
said, for all those who are sitting in here, you guys don't have to sit. You guys can leave and you can listen, so you don't have to be a part of it. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me who's on here.
Hey, G,
Well,
Yes, sir.
I got your back, brother. You say what you need to feel. You say what you need to say. I got your back.
Well, it's not so much what I got to say. It's so much what I've been listening to. And all week I've just been listening to the Dragon, you know, Kevin Tack Daddy. All I've just been hearing is all of our names being run across mud. And that's okay. That's part of YouTube, you guys. That's what YouTube is all about. It's for people to come on and voice their opinions. Everyone has a right to their opinions. They most certainly do. But don't talk shit about good people, and don't talk shit about people that you haven't met or haven't one conversation with. And, you know, like I said, I've been listening to YouTube. I've been listening to some former Dragon bartenders' chats. Um, and I've been listening to a lot of other shit from this kid named Dr. No. Don't know who you are. Don't want to know you. But you should honestly do some research before you talk shit about a guy by the name of Kevin Tack Daddy, which is a friend of mine. and he's a friend of the Dragons, and he's a friend of a lot of people here on YouTube. And I don't understand how people could give back and people could educate us and take the time to educate and just do something that in a popular light. We all are fucking similar minded people. We all love guns. Instead of promoting, instead of joining together, there's always going to be hate. And I get it. I understand. But why hate? So I say, hey, let's have a chat tonight and talk about unity and see where did it all go? Where did it go? Why does it have to be the way it is? It's because we make it the way it is. And it's sad. It's sad for people to be on here starting chats, not educating anyone, not helping the community, but all you want to do is continue to talk shit. You have that right. Absolutely, you have that right, sir. But I'd be damned if I'm not going to sit there and not do anything about it and not make a comment back or reply. I don't make retaliatory videos. I'm not a hater. And I understand you like to bring out everything in the open. But guess what, my friend? I'm the same fucking way. And that's the problem. So again, you know who I'm talking about? I don't need to say his name. Everyone pretty much knows who I'm talking about. But again, if him and his sidekick want to come on and have a chat, and I understand you don't like the dragon, and I understand there was an incident last year. I wasn't here for it. I wasn't a part of it. But let me tell you something. And for whoever's listening, and thank you for I know we got a lot of more viewers now, being that they like the drama, and they're going to not hear drama, they're just going to hear the truth. We're all similar, like well-minded people. You were a bartender, yada yada. You didn't like what happened, you left. You had that decision. You had every goddamn right to leave. Nobody held you back here, buddy. But you can leave us alone now and just stop spreading rumors or hate or whatever it is that you do over there at the Pacific time. Me, my friend, I am not all white. I am Greek. Greek American. We got black bartenders. We got white bartenders. We got German bartenders. We got Irish bartenders. We got fucking all sorts, my friend. Just like Baskin Robbins. 31 flavors. You got it here at the fucking Dragon, my friend. Make no mistake.
Chocolate.
And I said chocolate the first flavor, baby, because that's my favorite.
And I have to ask you a question now, though.
I'm on a roll.
Okay, when you are done.
Yes, we do have women bartenders.
Good for you. Thank you.
That's why I was going to do this fucker myself, but I want y'all to listen.
Is that mule under that cloak?
Listen. Here at the Dragon, if any of those things were true, I would not be a bartender myself, and I'm sure a lot of bartenders would not be bartenders if that was true. And I'm going to say it again. All bartenders here at the Dragon are not all white. Okay? We're not racist people. I'm sorry that you listened to a chat that you took it the wrong way. You have every damn right, sir, to feel the way you do. But let it go. I believe that was December 20th of last year. Let it go. You're not here anymore. You're not a bartender anymore. You're not in the Dragon anymore. I don't hate you. I don't know you. I've never disrespected you before. We don't talk about anyone in here. All we talk about is guns, top news, politics, yada, yada, yada. That's all we do here. We don't call people out. We don't belittle people. And sorry about last week, everybody. And I shout outs to Third Up for coming in and cleaning house. I appreciate it. We don't get silly here. This ain't fucking romper room. This is the fucking Dragon. Now, I apologize for bringing a couple of people in here a couple of weeks ago and we had to get them out. But hey, you disrespect the house, you got to go. No hard feelings. No hard feelings. And I'm not starting drama. I'm just getting it out in the open. Because for the past 3 weeks now, I've been keeping my mouth shut. And everybody knows who Kevin Tap Daddy is. You gotta fucking make fun of his family. You gotta make fun of his kids. I'm sorry that he hasn't had a shotgun in his hand at the age of 3 fucking years old. Not too many of us have. So before you start hating on motherfuckers that actually like to take time and educate us and fucking doing something right in the gun community, doing something positive, instead of joining him and saying, you know what, that guy Tag Daddy, he's pretty cool, man. He's got he's got a fucking good thing going on. If you don't like him, you don't like any of his shit on the site, okay, move on. There's millions of other places to go. But why bring a good person down and a well-known person in the gun community? Why take him down? Why? And bring his get his family involved. Just not right, dude. I don't know who the fuck you are, and I don't give a fuck who you are. But let me tell you something, Jack. Think about before you start talking shit about people. Good people. And you, my friend, are the reason why people like yourselves give this community a bad name, and it will never get better. The hate will never get better.
Was that it?
Because of people like yourself, dude. All you do is sit back and talk shit. Aren't you going through fucking rehab, dude? Worry about getting better before you start talking shit about people. That's right. Big G is talking, motherfucker. Anybody wants to talk, jump on the fucking seat, buddy. I will hold however many seats y'all want. Y'all fucked with the wrong one. And you know, I've been quiet about this for the last month, and I haven't said shit. But, dude, you're gone now. You're history. Nobody talks about you here, my friend. I can promise you that. So, if you guys want to continue to talk, then I guess we will talk more. I don't know what they want. I don't know what you guys want. But whatever it is that you guys want, send me a text. Let me know what it is that you guys want, because we've moved on. We've moved on.
Is it okay if I go hang out with shoes after I take mine?
Go ahead, Cal. What did you want to say?
Oh, well, I just didn't know if you had popped in early enough to hear what I was saying
No,
um,
I'm
in regards to the unity issue. And, um, okay, everybody knows I'm a baby to YouTube. I'm less than a year old to YouTube. I am now 1 year and 6 days old and shooting a gun, though. But I'm still a baby, and you guys are teaching me so much, and it's so amazing. But I had really been taught that you guys were somebody I should stay as far away from as possible because there was just too much drama. And honestly, I have seen more unity here. I've seen more people take care of one another here. I've seen so much kindness that, yes, it's a microcosm of society, and we're going to have, some people that don't get agree with each other, and that's okay. But I've never seen anybody here being belligerently angry that has purposely started a fight.
And what did Reb tell you last week? Reb said to you, shout outs to my brother Reb, come on.
Oh
The
God,
best thing, good thing about the Dragon, you can go anywhere you want, sweetheart, and
yeah.
the doors will be open when you come back.
Well,
We
and I
here
like
at the
that.
Dragon, I've never heard once from you, get a call from you and say, gee, don't go to that chat. Gee, stay away from them. Gee, stay away. And I'm not saying it because he's here. I'm saying it because that's how we do and that's how we are. We don't discriminate here in the Dragon, and despite what you hear, and thank you for listening. And like I said, Kelly, you were on that chat. They were fucking making a mob scene about you.
Yeah.
We come in there, and you see how many Dragon came in there and took care of that shit. And that's
Oh,
how we roll. That's how we operate. We
and
look
that
out for
was
each other. We
oh,
are a community that stands for each other, and we look out for each other, and we protect from people getting bullied. And
I
that's what happened. You were getting bullied, and I didn't like it.
I was so appreciative, and it's interesting.
I don't know
Um,
you from Adam. You've been on their chats for the last year, and not one of those individuals shut that down
oh,
and said, "Hey
because they
guys,
all believe in
enough
freedom of
is enough."
speech to the point of not even moderating their panel or their audience.
Who's brought you in here?
But
I haven't seen you longer than an hour, and
I
you
couldn't.
look like someone stole your puppy. You told me what was wrong, and guess what? We handled that shit.
Yeah, I
That's
can't
how we do.
imagine at this point in time for me wanting to be anywhere else. I mean, even like Michael gets on to private chats with you guys, which is not something he's ever done in any other community.
That's the biggest reason why I came here, because of the unity, and I saw how everyone was. I liked how everyone was treated, despite what you hear. I didn't see any racism. If I saw racism, Kelly, I wouldn't be a bartender for that matter. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. And I'm sorry for, turning this thing upside down,
No.
going off the rails, but enough is enough. I've been silent about
Hey,
it.
G, you mind
That's enough.
if I say something?
It's your world, baby. I'm just living in it.
Not real, not tonight, baby. It's your world. I'm just hanging. But you know, Kelly, you said that they believe so much in free speech that they don't monitor anything, and
Mm-hmm.
that's not really true, right? Because they'll kick people's ass out, like you said. You came over here, you were
And I
never
did not
turned
get a
away,
call.
and well, you were never turned away, and they were never talked shit about, and they
Um,
shut down your freedom of speech.
yeah.
If you say anything against or questioning whatever agenda they hold true, then your freedom of speech can be denied. That was the whole problem that stirred everything up, was the fact that we talked about freedom of speech. And you know what? Racism is freedom of speech. Okay, now you have to deal with that. You're responsible for that. I love you too, baby. Have fun. But it's still freedom of speech, right? You're free to be a racist, just like those Nazis in Skokie,
Yeah.
30 fucking years ago that wanted to march in Skokie, right? Same thing. Anytime you see a Klan thing going on, that's freedom of speech. You don't have to fucking like it, but that's part of being an American and having that freedom of speech. And
I
here in the
agree.
Dragon, you are responsible for what you say. We don't hold the whole group responsible for something somebody says. It's each
Exactly.
individual is responsible for their statement. That's why
You
I
know,
think the free speech place where you can talk about anything. You just have to do it with respect as another human being.
and I was told that the reason I did not get an invite that night was because they saw that I was on another chat, not because of what chat I was on, but just because I was busy in another chat.
That's that.
And I'm like, okay. I'm you go through stages, and I'm kind of at the amused stage right now. I've gone through a lot of other stages, and now I'm just like at the, yeah, whatever. You know,
I just
Yeah.
think this. I just think it does not do us any good. And I understand that that's how he felt. That's how he felt. And listen, he has every right to leave. He has every right to whatever he feels. That is his right. No, and I am not saying that he doesn't. Not saying that at all. All I'm saying to you is that let it go, my friend. It's
oh
been
yeah,
over a year. It's been over a year, and for someone to continue to talk about the dragon every freaking week, you're not here no more. You're gone. Talk about something else. It's like his chats, his life is all about the dragon. he cannot let go. And that's just sad. And he keeps on talking about the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. We all know why you left. We get it. You have every
Well,
right to do that.
this might help you out. Look at him as your favorite stalker, right?
Right.
Because seriously, I mean, this is more time spent in the dragon talking about this person than since it actually happened. Since the bullshit happened, and we talked about that for like 10 minutes, and then we're rolled on.
Right. We keep
Why?
moving.
Because and I'll just tell you the way I think of it, because like I said, it's your world tonight, it's not mine, bro. But any more time we give to him, it just feeds what he's, because it's like a giant troll, right? The only way trolls feed is when you give them attention. When you start ignoring them, they flow away like, bloated ticks.
And that's why we've ignored them. This is the first time I've said
Yeah.
anything about the situation in a year. But last week I listened to their chat and I heard them talking about someone's family, a good friend of ours. I brought it to his attention. And like I said, how is it going to get better when it doesn't end? They keep screaming, where's the peace? Where's the peace? Why do we all have to be like this? Well, you make it like that. That's how you guys make it. I would love for all of us to join together and just say, hey, why are we fighting? Why are we arguing? What is the deal? Is this a real big problem? Don't we have other problems? We're in fucking war right now. People are dying every day for this country. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about Syria. We're not talking about ISIS. We don't want to talk about anything but old drama. This ain't one life to live. This ain't all my children. I'm not going to spin on it too much. I just wanted to say what I had to say. Of course, I would have continued if you guys weren't here, but I'm happy you are because I really don't want to talk about it. But the bottom line is unity. When do you guys think, or do you ever think, or ever get to a point where everybody will join together? But as far as we have racism, which racism will never end, will never end. Like Beal said, it's there. It's unfortunately it's something that is there, and I don't think racism is ever going to leave. Unfortunately, I don't. I think it's going to be there for. It was there before us, and it'll be there after.
Gee, I'll tell you what can bring us together. Enough. If there was enough problems to where everybody can get on the same page, because we can't get on the same page without some kind of animosity around there, right? An enemy to attack, a disaster to happen, something like that. Otherwise, we have such a literally easy life as Americans that we can waste time on stupid little interpersonal fights because we're not out hunting, we're not out having to hoe a row, to plant crops, to feed ourselves. So we have enough free time to where we're not busy enough to mind our own business in some ways. And we can't fix the complex, so we got to make some drama that we think we can fix. Because the bigger picture we really can't fix till we do get together. But that's why I don't see it happening anytime soon.
And like I said, I don't hate these people. If this shit really shit broke down, and I'm a type of motherfucker, if I saw them and they needed fucking help and shit hit the fan, I would help these people because that's how I am. These are American people. That's how I am. I don't hate none of these people. None of them. If shit hit the fan and I saw them and they needed my fucking help, I would help them. Call me crazy, call me an asshole, call me whatever it is, I would help them. Because that's what type of guy I am.
I call you a kind human being for that.
Hey, they bleed red, white, and blue too. If shit hits the fan and this country's in, fucking, we gotta stick together. But they don't understand. They don't get it. They want to keep on harping on old, negative, old shit. That doesn't mean anything. It's meaningless. Doesn't matter. So why is it that you still got to run your mouth. You still got to run your mouth. And I know what it is. They just want to, be popular, or they just want to start shit. I don't know. Get some numbers. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I would really, really, really would love to know why they just can't move on. And that's what's sad. And that's why we can't move on. And that's why we can't all stick together. And that's why it'll never be the way it should be. For Christ's sakes, RT and fucking Mule, if they can hash their shit out like men. And that's what it's about. Putting everything on the table and hashing it out like a man. Not go back and talk shit. Nobody talked about RT when he left. And no one talked about the other one when he left. And that's all I'm saying. It doesn't have to be the way it is. Nobody has to be mad at you, Kel, for going into this chat or going into that chat. You can go anywhere you damn please.
Well, I'm pretty happy where I am right now.
It's fucking YouTube.
You know, I'll probably go into Jen's chats because I always have when she wants me, and I always will. She's my good friend.
Like you made a statement with that. You know, how he got upset because everybody, stood behind her and all the positive feedback. Because that's what people were supposed to do. No. You don't have to support her. If someone doesn't support it, they don't have to. I don't know. It's just like I said,
I think.
Okay, I don't like delving into the drama, but what? People were pissed off because Jen was getting support?
No, it's something that I don't know if Kelly wants to.
Okay.
Anyway, but it's something that he said as far as everyone supporting her and everyone her up. Did you see that, Kelly?
Anyway.
Yeah, I would rather, no offense to everybody in the audience, but because it is something that was said to me in private, I would prefer not to share everything with public, because I try to hold things that people share with me in private to private. So
it's on his chat. Like I said, everyone who wants to.
Yeah. If you want to watch the first, I believe, 40 minutes of Thursday night's chat of his, you will understand what I'm talking about.
And it's all there. I understand. I'm just talking to the viewers, but anyway, like I said, thank you all for hanging in there. We got 30 viewers. 11:35.
So,
what's going on?
Well, I want to know. Oh, I have a couple questions. We're talking about unity and everything, and how much of this divide and conquer is being fed to certain people in order to keep us ununited, first off? Because if we're not united and they start breaking in doors, it might just be one person at a time. But if I can't call up, like you, G, if I can't call up G and say, hey, G, just so you know, this just happened to us in Virginia. Watch what's coming your way. I think we need to be united. I think it's a very, very important thing in the event that something does happen. And but I think more so than just in the chats, I think you need to try to meet your neighbors to some degree. I think you need to meet your neighbors a little bit and say, hey, if you ever need anything, be it a cup of sugar or me and my 9 mil, let me know and I'll be there.
Yeah, I believe Brad was talking about that a while ago, and that's a good point, Kel. I know my whole I live in a cul-de-sac. You kind of see about that, but I mean, from my house all the way down to 10 houses, I know pretty much the whole street. other streets. And the more you know, like you said, the merrier. When shit happens, you never know what you might need.
Um,
What's up, Big Duke?
so, those are just some of the thoughts I've been having about unity and uh, people that purposely try to drive a wedge between groups of people. And
You're gonna get those. Those guys are always gonna be there, Cal. Unfortunately,
I know, and it is sad because there is a day when we either may need them or they may need us. And if they've already got this internal prejudice against us, oh, wait, nope, sorry, I saw you on so-and-so's chat, I remember,
Right.
Yeah,
I don't need your help. I'm sorry.
it's like,
funny.
it is incredibly
Oh,
stupid, but, how far can people tow their hatred? At what point is a person going to let go of that hatred?
Big Duke,
Yo,
HD, Neil, y'all want to speak on this?
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Pay attention.
Oh, now I've kind of caught up after your long. I was trying to the whole time you were talking. I was trying to figure out who you were talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Oh, that's why I was putting notes in
To
the
the-
side there.
remember that there's a pretty deep community on YouTube as well
Yeah.
that is diehard lone wolf mentality.
Oh, yes,
They're going to
very
go it
much
alone.
so.
They're going to go it alone regardless. So I'm not saying those people that said this are in that camp necessarily, but there's a lot of people that are in it. It's only going to be them, and they're not going to be relying on anybody else. Nor they
Exactly.
plan to be, which I think we've talked about many times, or in various groups, that it's not going to work out for you very well.
I just think they're irrelevant.
I think that is a wonderful word for them.
How did you get my message?
I happen to think they're our best advertisement.
I didn't know they still did chats.
Hey, some trolls are good. Some
Did
trolls.
I? And if they're talking about us, then anybody that was watching theirs would come over and see what the hell they were talking about. So they become our best advertisement.
Well, let me tell you, I didn't because I was a sheeple.
Yeah, but you got here.
I did, and I'm very glad that I did. And
Hey,
what amazes me even more, and I am so proud of my husband, is that he had his misgivings regarding certain people previously that I was associating with. He kept his mouth shut, let me make up my own decision, and you guys have probably seen more of him than the other people ever did. So I find that very refreshing.
thank you, Kelly. Whenever you do that. Thank you. Because the other one's bad, remember? This is a new one.
Okay.
Did you do it?
I was looking right now for you.
No. Just copy the link. Our link to the chat.
Oh, copy our link?
Yes, please. And put in the internal. If you don't mind.
I don't mind that at all. If
Thank you. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
My girl's
What's up, Joe? Hey, Joe. What do you know?
Hey there, Mule. How you doing?
Doing all right. Here, let me turn this damn camera back on.
You've been in this chat since 4 o'clock this morning.
Dang, some of you guys, man, crack me up. 4 o'clock. I got shit to do. I just can't. I got stuff to do.
Well, me too, but our air
HD.
conditioner broke.
Don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you, Joe. My man's been on the fucking chat 24 hours just about a month ago.
Oh, I know, but
yeah.
I know we all have things to do too. We talked about that before.
Neil is a
I have my share, but like I said, our air conditioning quit yesterday, And I wasn't about to run around and get heat stroke today painting a shed or any other shit. So
You still got the air on in your house, Joe?
Dude, it got up to like 85
there's
today.
no air in here.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
85.
It didn't break 70 today here.
He
Yeah.
lives in Desert Island.
It's still 85 in our house.
Damn.
And this room
With
that
the
I'm in
windows
right now,
down or the windows with the windows up?
this
Oh,
room
I've
that
had my windows open all day. I love it when it's like this. You know, I like to keep my windows open until at least October.
our house gets sunbaked, and the whole, both bedrooms and the living room face south, and it's all windows, and it's like it is just a hot box, man. And I got a quilt up on my with my curtains, and it still gets hotter than hell in here. I had to take a break today. I was sweating so bad.
Well, thank God the internet isn't smell-o-vision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just busting your chops, Joe.
That's for sure.
That's what she said, but
We would have kicked you out of here a long time, Mule, if that was the case.
yeah, right. Even the boss would have had to go with the BO.
Damn, I didn't think Indiana was that fucking hot. I thought y'all were on the cooler side of the world.
Yeah,
I
so
am
tomorrow we're
normally.
having.
It's just been today was a gorgeous day, man. It was the whole weekend.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll
you
have a
want to know
repair.
what it was like out up here? Go check out whoever was at the bullpup shoot up in Aurora the other day on Saturday.
Yeah. Kevin was telling me about that, man.
Yeah,
I love
that's only 30 miles, 40 miles from my house. I was just already busy, so I didn't go.
Oh, no shit. Was that a 2-day event, Mule, or was that just one?
I think it was only a one-day thing, from what I understood. And it was open to the public, so I was thinking about going, but I had other plans come up for me. So,
Yeah, bullpups were. I don't know why. I really like.
well, it turns out from what I seen in the pictures, Haas was up there, Mac from the Military Arms Channel, a few other people. So,
Well, Mac,
would
he
have been
loves
cool.
them. You know that. What's up, brother? Truth.
Where is my favorite NSA bartender? Is he feeling any better?
What's going on, Third? We got to get Third in here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is Brother Third feeling any better?
Yeah, I hope so.
Last I talked to Truth, he was going to Walmart, and I don't know if he ever made it home.
Oh, Truth's running a side chat right now. I
You said he's what?
think he might be running a side chat right now while we're talking.
I don't know.
Oh, what's up, Tactical Tony 702? What you doing tonight, buddy? When was the last time you did a shout out, G?
I haven't.
Oh wow, let me see if I can get back to the beginning, man.
I did one at the very beginning. But
Yes.
it was only like 10 people.
35 watching right now. Thank you, everyone. Brother Mutt sent you a link. Brother Truth, what's going on, man? Get your ass in here. Gator 157. Caregiver 7751, what's going on? Pre-Dawn, what's up, brother? Let us know if you want a link. HTP's in the house. Let's see. Brother Third's out there. Smurf Killers said, what's up, you?
Hey, Smurf.
What's up, Smurfy? Smurf
Like,
Killer.
he's always got knowledge. He's a wise man.
Hey, Kelly, look at that last link I put up.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's about it.
I think that was just what I was about to ask for.
Everyone
Oh,
said
wait, no,
Kelly's
maybe
good.
not.
Kelly's good people.
I was going to ask for a YouTube link to the outer chat because I wasn't seeing it.
Atomic Bulls, you're all good. Yeah, I think that's about.
I know Ohio Wolverine was out there earlier. I had seen
Oh,
him.
Wolverine, what's up? Long time.
Yeah, that's the only reason I don't really like the side chat like that. as much because once there's too many of them. Here we go. All right. Oh, Mike Newswinder's out there too. Jim
Mr.
420.
The boys out there, Mystical Card, I'll send you a link, brother. It's been a long time since you've been in here.
Yeah, that's right. Mystical's out there. Man, he's been off. He's been off for a minute or two, hasn't he?
Mystical, man, he's a wise man, man. We love it when he comes on the Dragon. He's a good channel.
Oh
Good
yeah,
guy.
it's good to see him back too. He put up a bunch of videos here this weekend. Go check him out.
Definitely. Kevin Stahl, what's going on, brother? Brother Dooley, Brother Berlance, Mario,
Dooley.
Morty's, we love you too. I love this group of guys. Great listeners. Well,
Stay
we appreciate you. We love it that you love us. Kansas, get better, brother. You're always in our prayers. We love you. JJ, Jeremiah Johnson, what's going on, brother? Long time. Third, you're right, brother. I agree with you. 100%. Sonora Desert, what's going on, my brother? I don't see you, but I'm sending you a shout out anyway. I sent you a link earlier, SDP. Let's see. Tommy Boy 9, what's going on? I don't see you, brother, but I hope everything is well. Jay Watt, what's going on? I think that's it.
Stolo Nation Warrior just joined us too.
Okay. Thank you, man.
No problem.
We always get good crowds on Sundays.
Yeah.
Hey, just bar backing you, brother. Bar backing you.
We get good crowds in all the time, man. And that's what we're all about, man. We try to, you can't control who comes in, can't control who trolls, but you know what? We welcome all. We love all. Just like Neil said, just don't come in and disrespect the house. That's all. And I don't think that's too much to ask.
So I have a question, a little off topic.
Please.
Who do people think they're going to end up tasking for the AG? Any ideas?
Shit, my
The Ferguson police chief.
Big sis.
What? Nobody wants Joe Opile?
Yeah, I don't think he would be on the list.
Not in that administration.
I can't even think of anybody that.
I mean, whoever we think of isn't qualified, so they're looking for somebody that's not qualified. Basically. Does that make sense?
Oh, wait, could I have the job then?
It always makes sense to put it out there.
I'd probably take one of those people they imported from Guatemala.
Whoever they owe a political favor to.
Oh, yeah, nobody owes me any favors. Never mind.
There you go. Yep.
And that's a good answer there, Duke, and that's what I'm wondering. Who do they owe the biggest political favor to?
Whoever's helping them with everything.
You think Soros is going to be the one to pick?
No. He don't want nothing to do with that. He just wants to own them.
Okay, so I have caught just snippets of the news. Okay, I know Eric Holder's resigning. Did one of our Supreme Court justices also come out saying he was resigning?
No, not yet.
It would be a girl. The oldest one's the oldest.
Okay.
Gonna resign.
And Ruth Bader Ginsburg said she ain't resigning for shit.
Okay, then it must have been a dream, but I had this terrible nightmare that Eric Holder retired or, left his position and a Supreme Court justice left their position and Eric Holder got appointed to the Supreme Court.
Well, that's what the liberals are fantasizing about.
That's speculation, yeah.
Well, for me it was a nightmare. I woke up and not happy.
Oh, for the rest of us it is too. Don't worry.
But that's actually the fantasy right now on the liberal side of the aisle, is they can talk Ruth Bader Ginsburg into stepping down so he can appoint him.
I don't think she will.
She already said she won't.
Not unless they got something on her.
Yeah, and I'm kind of the point where I think she's old enough that she really doesn't care what they got on her. She's in that post for life, and they can't do anything about it until she decides to.
Yeah. And that's the truth. So they can't pressure her out. And hell, Reagan appointed her, you know? So what are they going to do?
Killer.
Well, that's part.
Ah, that's an interesting thought.
It ain't like they haven't done that before. You know, maybe not here in the United States, but, well, other people haven't done that before. You go down to South America and they kill judges and police chiefs on the regular.
It's just an entirely different world than what we're used to, obviously.
How about that
And
good guy from Sweden that back in '64 or '54? So yeah, '54, where he was headed down to look at the unrest down in South America, southern Chile or some shit, and his plane got blown up, and he was a real good guy according to everybody. Well liked, got the Nobel. He's the only guy that got the posthumous Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, so believe me, they'll be killing people up here anytime soon.
Oh
So
yeah.
What do you think about Hong Kong?
I thought it
Real
was
quick before we. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no. The pictures I saw, I thought it was Ferguson for a minute.
There's a lot more people. There's a lot of people in them pictures.
I just want to say real quick, we got 34 viewers. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on a late Sunday night. High Desert, Joe, Cal, Duke, Neil, we all want to welcome you guys. Anyone who wants the link on the Sunday night chat, you're more than welcome to send us the links, and anyone on the panel link, and we'll get you the link over. All is welcome. Just come in with respect, and let's have a good Sunday night chat. I'm sorry. Go back. Sorry, dude.
Oh, go ahead. I was just saying it's interesting that it's now Asia has the same picture that Ukraine had a year ago. Like, it's how Ukraine started, right?
Yeah, and that's how it's slowly starting and simmering here in America too. I mean, shit hasn't calmed down like they try and claim in Ferguson.
Now it's going on right now.
Yeah, so it is kind of interesting to watch, and it's funny because we can't put the kind of spin on it that we would have, years ago, because we were having the same problems here internally. So it's interesting to watch how the media has to dance around the dissidents. You know what I mean?
Well, the Chinese can say you got the same problems.
Mm-hmm. I'll be right back.
Got it. So what's going on? I know we've been bombing the shit out of Syria, HD. You been watching watch the latest?
It was pretty scary. I mean, it was all a joke to me. I didn't really pay attention to it. I was just focusing on local stuff. I just know we bombed like some of the infrastructure and stuff, and it's like, are we really? I mean, it's like seriously, this is not even a good act anymore.
They
Right.
took out their oil wells.
Yeah.
And I think they hit the streets, didn't they, Duke? I mean, they've already hit the streets, right?
Who's they?
Us?
Us. I mean, we've hit their streets. I mean, I'm assuming we've had our.
We hit their weapon caches.
You mean boots on the ground? Is that what you're saying, or?
Yes.
No, I don't think we've got anybody. I mean, we got SF and people in there probably, but
We
not
have
official.
troops in Baghdad advising the Iraqi government. That's it.
Yeah.
My when I was in the Army, I was at Fort Riley, and they're sending 500 people from the brigade I was in, and they're the brigade headquarters. And if they're going in already, the brigade headquarters, I guarantee you we'll have boots on the ground right after the election.
Right.
It could, because why else would they go? They're not really advisors.
Yeah,
That's the
somebody's
army.
got to protect the brigade commander, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to see something different, HD? I mean, I take your opinion very high. I mean,
Yeah, I would like to see the state governors recall the National Guard and recall them as state guard and secede from the Union. That's what I'd like to see. And you won't be able to pay for this mess.
yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier.
That's a little far out there, though, so I guess it's hard to get that. But it'd be nice to have somebody in Congress stand up and impeach the president for going to war without.
Nobody's going to, unfortunately.
And we can't get that either, so I guess I don't have any solutions.
We have to inch it forward. If
Yeah,
you want to use our system, it's a small, gradual
we can't even get
crawl
anybody
to
in
freedom.
Congress to do it, though. I mean, nobody in Congress will stand up and do their job. Without that, the system's broken.
I
will
wouldn't
not
say
work.
nobody. There's probably a few congressmen you agree with.
Well, it takes 215 of them, though, to do anything.
Yeah.
Or if we could just get 40 senators to filibuster everything, one or the other.
We should just be pushing for term limits. That would fix a lot of stuff.
Illinois has two terms, one in office and one in prison.
There's the man with the solution, HD.
QC,
QC always got the answer. What's up, Brother Jim?
Yep, beautiful day.
Hey, my boy Joe kept telling me that it was about 89 degrees in his house with the windows up open.
Did anybody watch 60 Minutes tonight?
That's a good question.
I heard parts of it, but did not watch all of it.
They actually laid into the president.
No, they didn't.
They made him look. He was uncomfortable.
No.
It was. Look, Bill O'Reilly gave him a better interview than 60 Minutes.
Well, now was he uncomfortable because of what they were saying, or were his tighty whities just too small? I mean,
no, they were asking him real questions like, "Do you really think the Iraq government can stand up and fight?" And the 60 Minutes guy that asked the question almost laughed when Obama answered. And they asked him questions like, I don't remember it all, but it was pretty good. I was kind of laughing. For a liberal to be, they might be turning on him. They got to clear the way for Hillary.
Oh.
Right, they got to set the stage for somebody worse to get in there.
Exactly.
So they got to demonize and isolate him, just like everything.
That's exactly right. But it was just interesting because he wasn't very comfortable.
No, you know what's scary is if actually they do get Romney in there, because that's the
same person.
Because he pulls the gloves off, and it'll get really ugly. But that's what yeah. That would be. I think people don't realize how ugly that could get, because he would have a full reign to do what he wanted on this whole Syria, Iraq, Iran. There'd be bloodshed everywhere.
And then he would try to say, "I can repair Obamacare," instead of repeal it.
Oh yeah, it'll never be repealed. Yeah, I've got a video I did back over 2 years ago that says it will never be repealed. Mark my words. You can go back and check it out if you want to.
Yeah, Tactical Tony just posted up a video. He's out camping with his girlfriend or something. He's talking in an Aussie voice and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of funny.
Did you see it, HD?
No, I haven't seen a new video from him.
Let's watch it real quick.
Yeah, so we had good weather here. The wife had friends out, and 5 horses got rode a couple of times, so they were having fun. So it's a pretty good day for them until late in the afternoon when my wife's nephew's Rottweiler decided to eat the barn cat. So everybody's bummed out about that.
All right, here we go.
What if there was a way to learn a language as easy as when you learned your first? Millions of Americans are...
Were you watching an ad on?
No. I had to skip it. I didn't want to. I'm not going to share it until I'm ready. I got it.
So maybe taking an online class to learn urban language, Ebonics or whatever it is.
Oh Lord.
Hello, mate. Burning out.
Tony and his woolly pulley and everything. It's cracking me up.
Coyotes and all types of other slithery things. Like,
What the fuck is that HD?
good thing we're not in Australia, otherwise.
What's that?
What there?
I knew the Glock was coming out.
So, get down a little bugger earlier. I was born. Yes, girlfriend. What was your experience? Understand that experience. What do you think?
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Tactical Tony.
As only he could do it.
Yeah, I see Pre-Dawn Death is out there. Got kind of a question for him if he's still listening. Wonder if he had any more of that in the red exploding target, the low velocity stuff. And how small of a charge can you make? Can you put a little charge on the bottom of a clay pigeon and get a nice explosion? That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
New video idea for you there, Pre-Dawn.
Yeah, I love that. Good job, Pre-Dawn over there with the You Feel Me Shoot 3. Pretty cool. Good stuff, as always. Pre-Dawn loves blowing shit up, boy.
It blew up real good. Yeah, those two. They're researching stuff. UK, they got these little stickers that you can put on a clay pigeon, and you hit them with like airsoft, and then they make a nice, brilliant little flash and puff and small bang. I don't know what those products are, but looked interesting. Almost like contact explosive or something. So I don't know what else is going on. Sunday.
It's a mild day. I'll tell you. Football. Watched a little bit of football. Not much.
Yeah, what was it? I don't know which team is it. Is it the Redskins or one of those where they're going to say they're going to take away their non-profit status or something?
Yeah, they can give two fucks. They've been on Dan Snyder for the last 5 years. He's not changing the team, and that's that. And he's not changing the name.
And if 2016 comes and a conservative gets put in office, you won't hear about that again.
Well, the weird part about a lot of this stuff too is just an older culture like the Indian culture. If we destroy all their words and all all their symbols and all that kind of bullshit, that their culture disappears. And I don't think Americans won't really want that to happen. But
Well, I saw that 9 out of 10 Native Americans don't care about that.
yeah,
They tried to do the same thing with Florida State, and the tribe came out and defended Florida State.
the Seminoles or something like that.
Yep.
Well,
They
do the
said
same
this
thing.
honors us.
Yeah, that's the same shit with the Fighting Illini in Illinois. I remember. So obviously the Native Americans don't want their culture to totally disappear, which if they eliminate all their names and all the symbols and all that shit, the culture disappears. And that'd suck. Yeah, I don't know where Chad Lilly is tonight. Has he been out there in the chat or anything? Or
No, he hasn't been around tonight. He's been pretty active on Twitter the last couple of days.
I wish we had someone that spoke Chinese that could read everything about Hong Kong.
Right.
just Google Translate. Just copy and paste it into Google and translate.
Every
it.
time I... Man.
Well, they said they're having the protest that basically I think it's kind of like a democracy protest, and China's kind of cracking down with their law enforcement. So I don't know what's going to happen.
People are going to get shot.
And shit happening in Ferguson, of course. They said burglary suspect shot the cop. Yes, I don't know. They never found him. He disappeared.
I guess a rumor on Twitter there was another shooting tonight, a drive-by, and the cop was off duty.
Interesting. Start making them fuckers nervous, I guess. Yeah, another cop shooting around here. Same town. It's like the second one in about a month or something. But there are some whacked out people that might kind of have it coming. This one guy held off the cops for 3 hours, and he came outside with a pistol at his belt and holding another gun, and he asked for it.
Well, anytime there's an event like that, it attracts the crazies. Look what happened at Bundy Ranch. They had that couple that killed those cops.
Another guy that had, domestic disturbance kind of thing, and he was holding a knife and refused orders to drop it. So failure to comply.
I couldn't figure out why you were all talking at once, and I thought, we don't usually talk over each other like this. And then I realized I had it playing in two different places.
Conversation we kind of disjointed a little bit.
Well, I had some people saying some things, there was other conversation going on. I'm like, I've never heard them do this. This is so weird.
Welcome to the Sunday chat. Sunday night, September 28th, we started it. Now it is September 29th, Monday morning.
Star Trek, that android named Data, he says he can listen to 30 different conversations at the same time.
Wow.
How many Advil does he take per minute?
Well, that goes back to multitasking. Some psychology studies saying that like watching TV and doing computer work all at the same time is supposed to be bad for you. But I don't know. I do the same thing with the computer. You're like watching one chat and trying to watch another video and listen to both at the same time. And here's that monkey thing. I tried to search for that mule's monkey. I couldn't find anything. I was looking for a monkey that throws dynamite and couldn't find anything.
Okay.
Yeah, neither could I when I went looking for it. So I just accept it's mine. And maybe China have it or Taiwan or something.
And I've had several people make up comments or make comments about the fact that how recently I'm opening my eyes to different things. So I would be curious if we could go down the line and hear what each of the panel members thinks what is going to be the shit hits the fan situation. Like, what are you preparing for, or what are you thinking is going to happen?
You saw it, the catalyst or whatever, the start of it?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, if you try to look through history, I mean, obviously there's natural disasters, but they're kind of localized. But political upheaval can be more upsetting to more people if it.
Okay, so some sort of political thing.
I think it would be more economic upheaval would be even more upsetting than the political upheaval. I think most of America, God forbid, but say China or Russia came in and took us over, most people wouldn't give a shit as long as their milk was still in the store and their newspaper still showed up and America Idol stayed on. Most people wouldn't give a fuck. But turn all that stuff off. Put us into a true depression, one that they didn't actually let happen in 2007, and then we're in real trouble. But they're propping up the system pretty well. It still keeps chugging along, right? I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that would be mine. It would be economic.
It's just trying to visualize that clown that's holding up a stack of dishes, and they keep adding more dishes on it, and it's sitting there going wobbling back and forth. As they keep putting more dishes on it. Like,
I kind of look at it more like Jenga.
There you go.
Where one of these days they're going to pull the wrong one, and the whole house of cards is going to come falling down. Because we haven't found yet what is that key load-bearing weight for our economy. And they keep pulling shit out. So, it's just going to collapse one of these days. What do you think, HD?
Well, like you guys were talking about. I mean, obviously, and I think it can be a mix of a lot of things, like you're saying, kinda, because it's gonna be a combination. Because one thing won't do it, because it's gonna have to affect. And it's probably gonna affect some people before it affects others. People in certain places won't be affected at all, and other places they will be. It will be truly going down at that time, like at the border. I mean, is it not already happening at the border? I mean, that's debatable, I guess.
The perfect storm.
Yeah, it doesn't have to still be perfect. It just takes slowly over time. I think it's, the frog in the pot thing, or it's just as they slowly try to control the collapse, so they can make more and more profit off of it, or however you want to look at it. I mean, we know the economic system is controlled or at least manipulated, so they can slow crash it or quick crash it or whatever. They can do a lot of things. Who knows how much control they actually have over it, especially with Russia and China bailing out. But the natural disaster thing can throw all that definitely in a tizzy quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, the Ebola is the one thing is, if it fucking takes off like a son of a bitch, they talk about 1 million cases by January, and then another 18 months later, it could hit everybody in the whole world or something like that.
Lovely.
Right.
So that's a false flag or whatever you want to call it. Thing that I'm somewhat concerned about or thinking about. I don't know what would happen if all of a sudden they just shut the continent off, international traffic,
Well, and that's why, Kelly, most of us, we've evolved, I guess, into talking about general preparations rather than specific preparation. Because so much. Now, and the base one is, what's the most likely natural thing to happen in your area? Prepare for that. And then you build from there, right? On what you think could possibly happen that you can best prepare for, right? Because a lot of it's all crossover, right? You can call it whatever you want, whether you're prepping for the zombie apocalypse. When you're doing so, you're prepping for a pandemic, government fall, economic shutdown, all the rest of it under that banner.
Okay.
Right? So you don't have to prep so much as specific unless you have natural disasters in your area that may be different than another, right? Say if you live in a hurricane zone, you're going to prep more towards hurricanes. If you live in a tornado zone, you're going to prep more towards tornadoes. Earthquake, wildfire, that kind of thing.
Okay, I understand.
You're off the chat already? No.
Joe, are you talking to us?
No.
Oh, okay. Just
I
checking.
just thinking about how do you prepare for tornadoes? Short of having a safe room, and after that is you prep supplies that after your house blows away, that you've got a stash of shit that you're going to need that's not in your house. It's going to blow away,
And
yeah, they're in your safe room with you.
But that's how you prep for it, Jim. You're right, and that's how you prep for a tornado. If it comes through.
You prep.
If all your preps are in the garage, it blows away. You're gonna fuck.
Yeah, but if you live in Tornado Alley, you know to keep something like that, and if you can't, well, then you're basically screwed, and hopefully you have.
And I would like to ask if it would be okay.
Sure.
I think Neil was still talking.
No, that's okay. I wasn't making any point we haven't made a billion times before, so go ahead.
Did you read in the paper, or have you heard, and what are your feelings about the fact that, every day we have military members that are being forced out of the military, yet they are now actively recruiting foreign nationals to be illegal aliens to be in our military?
Well, I know what I think about it with my tinfoil hat, and then I know about the reality that I'm going to have to deal with because my son's joining.
Okay.
So the tinfoil hat thing is that they're bringing, to me, and this is just my opinion, only the mule's crazy tinfoil hat opinion here, but I think they're doing it because most Americans won't shoot other Americans.
That is a good thought. I've thought of that one. And then non-tinfoil hat?
Non-tinfoil hat, I'm still worried about it because that means if my kid's going in, who's going to be his leadership? Is it going to be people that joined willingly to serve their nation with all the, because we have a volunteer military and nobody's shining, fucking sunshine and palm trees up people's asses anymore, right? We've been in perpetual fucking war for working on 13, 14 years now, but besides the secret wars that we never stopped, right? I'm not even going to get into that. But, so I think anybody willingly joining the military as an American these days is doing it really out of a more altruistic reason than ever before. Because they know these kids see what's going on in the world. These people joining the military these days, they read a fucking newspaper. They see shit on their iPhones just like everybody else. Right? So unless they're literally in a cave, they know the pulse of the nation, and yet they're still joining. You know what I mean?
That's a really good point.
So I really think there's something to this American experiment that just gets into people's skin, and it's more than just nationalism, more than just jingoism. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, because my kid, he loves this country as much as I do, and I don't understand why, because I've been bad-mouthing it most of his life. But I've been giving him both sides of the story most of his life, and he still has that kind of love and desire that I do for this country.
Well, that's probably why, because he wants to get back to the country that,
he's heard about.
Yeah.
Not gotten the opportunity to live in.
So what about you other guys on the panel?
I think that they're trying to change the culture. Most military people are conservatives. That's why they're firing all the top brass. That's why they're bringing in outsiders. Think about every other branch of the government. Which one?
Oops, what happened?
I don't know. We lost his voice.
Something happened.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. So you think they're trying to change the climate in the military?
The culture.
The culture.
Most military are conservatives, right?
Yes, a lot of them are.
It's the last branch of the government that doesn't lean liberal.
Yes, for the most part.
Get rid of all the top brass and bring in outsiders and try to change it.
That's a good point.
Well, I'll play off of what he just said. I mean, if you look at what happened in Rome with the fall of the empire, when they brought in the German generals and the German troops because they had to buy off their allegiance because Roman citizens wouldn't do it anymore because the culture had changed to a degree to where they saw that they didn't have their rights as Roman citizens anymore, and they were able to buy off the Germans, and it's the same type of thing. They are trying to gain the allegiance of somebody who will actually fight for a central government because the people that are Americans currently are less and less willing to do it, or that when the time comes be less willing, especially you call it tinfoil hat or not, but at some point the American government's going to have to turn on its own people if it wants to stay in power.
Yeah.
And what better way than to have people that don't have the history because they came from a country where police executed people in the streets and it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, and the loyalty that a lot of us have. Does anybody else have any ideas on it?
We could all
Go ahead.
to be more anti-war.
Yeah.
Not so ready to brief the presidents to go to war.
Yeah, that would be nice. The reason I was asking is it was just a conversation my husband and I brought up to each other today. He posted the fact that, the news article about the fact of the illegal immigrants, and I just was kind of wondering what you guys thought about it.
I'm not
Even
worried
though,
about it. Because guess
even
what happens when you join the army?
what happens?
The first time in your life you see exactly what socialism is like.
Oh yeah.
That's why they're conservative.
Oh.
You see how the government doesn't work properly.
Early.
Well, with my husband's career being military, we've seen so many different changes, up, down, left, right, turn a circle the different way, and
It's to liberals is a social experiment.
yeah.
Well, Kel, I mean, I don't know if if your old man's still in or what, but
He
you're
is. We've got a year left, or less than a year.
yeah, they're wanting to get you guys out,
Yeah.
out, 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 out. That generation, that group of the people who really actually run the military, because once people get too high up, like any corporation, they don't actually do shit, right?
Yeah.
The
And
bigger the job, the less you actually do.
he's a little outspoken at work, and makes people think about things and not just take everything at face value, and
We can't have that.
so, he's got one guy that he thinks is kind of on the same page as him, but he's got another guy that just looks at him like he has lost his mind.
And you got to be careful with that shit in the military. I mean, this is America, right? You should be able to speak your mind, but not really in the military. And you got to be careful with that.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I stopped talking to a really good friend of mine. First of all, he's really busy, and I don't want him getting in trouble, because if they're going to be sending those guys back to war, they'll be sniffing in on their shit.
Well, and that's why I ask questions, because he won't go on live chats until he is done with his time. He goes on private chats, I mean, more so now than he has in the past, but live chats he just won't do. So, I try to think of, well, what have we been talking about? And then I'll ask, my little questions, and it's just because I like to get opinions other than just his, and see if they kind of match up with what he's thinking, or to give him something new to think about.
Well, that's good. And you know what? Your old man ain't gonna steer you wrong. You guys been together. He's the best. Ain't gonna steer you wrong.
Excuse me. Gee, excuse me. Thought I was
Sounded like a pit bull.
Right?
Yeah, we've been together a long time, and plan to be together at least as long as we already have. So.
I told her the only way she's getting rid of me is with a pistol to my head. She's gonna have to kill me first. We said till death do us part. Baby, you're gonna have to kill me. I'm telling her that for 22 years now, and she ain't done it yet. So.
Yeah.
She's just waiting for the right time.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And she's menopausal now, so it's even more sketchy. But it's fun. It's always a fun thing. You never know who you're meeting when she comes in the door.
Got to get her one of those guns. One of those T-shirts that says I'm on I have PMS and I have a gun.
Yeah, I really do. Good idea there, Joe.
My wife has one.
Get her one.
I need to get one of those.
Because I'll tell you what.
I got it for her at a gun show last year.
I'm going to have to go check that out, because she's the gun on her side of the bed doesn't keep one in the chamber, just in case.
I should have bought a shitload of those.
Right? Yeah, you can make a killing, especially with all us old fucks,
Yeah, but nowadays she's afraid to wear half of the T-shirts she has. And she's got one from NCIS with Ziva on it, and it says, "I may be beautiful, but I can kill you." Got a pink tank top and a black tank top with the "Don't Tread on Me" snake on it, and something else and something else, But it's like, what the hell? You got $100 worth of shirts, so you won't wear now because the goddamn police want to, check you out because you got something about guns on your shirt.
I don't live in fear, even with my T-shirts, my hats, or anything else. So
Well, I don't either, but she's afraid that way. She can't have a cop throwing her around because her fibromyalgia and shit's got to kill her.
right. No, and I understand that, but they shouldn't be throwing her around. So you know what I mean?
Right, right. But hey, speaking of T-shirts, there's this place called Ink Pixie, and they have a URL, inkpixie.com. They are really very reasonable compared to everybody else on the web. Everybody wants like $25 for a fucking ball hat. Those guys are like $15. T-shirts I think are like 17, and you can have anything printed on it. I got my wife a hat and an apron that's personalized with her name on it. It says so and so's kitchen, and I think you can put your town on it too. But anyway, you got to check them out. They'll send you a catalog, and they're really fast. It's shit. Last order I made, I don't think it was 3 weeks, and I had the stuff already.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
How many did you order?
They're fast and reasonable. Shit, I don't remember.
A dozen?
No, I've never ordered that many.
I print T-shirts for a living.
Oh yeah. Where you at?
What?
What country are you in? What state are you in?
Oh, I'm in Nebraska. We have a minimum.
Right. You told us that 3 times.
We have a minimum of a dozen. That's what I was asking.
I meant to tell you earlier too. We were talking about kids playing marbles and versus video games and shit.
Yeah.
Nebraska is a way laid back state compared to
yeah.
the rest of the Midwest and the big cities and shit. But where I come from up there by Lake Michigan, it was all about that shit, man. That we have this shit. A bunch of snooty fucking people. I am not shitting you. When I was a little kid, and I'm 60 years old, those kids were snooty motherfuckers. Cause we got frozen dinners, man. You ain't got shit. Want to play marbles? Fuck no. We got a Super Bowl.
That probably happens here too, but it depends on your neighborhoods.
Yeah. You ever hear that I'm sure you have heard of the most feared town in Nebraska or town in the United States?
What?
It's that little tiny town way over there in southwest Nebraska, and I can't remember the name of it. And I thought I had it on the computer here, and I can't find it. I've been looking for it.
The most conservative town?
That may be it. The one where the people do their own street work and put up their own ball fields, and they don't pay fucking taxes to the government and shit like that.
That's probably true.
Oh, is that part of Nebraska that was going to maybe join up with Colorado in a new state or something?
Hmm.
Yeah, but I'll keep looking for it, and one of these days when I find it, I'll throw it out here. Really interesting.
Like western Nebraska?
Yeah.
It's pretty religious.
Yeah.
Too. They don't like the Colorado weed. They set up like.
No, you went dead. Your mic did.
Yeah, the Colorado weed's probably a moneymaker for their local Cubs.
Right? Yeah. They quieted him down because they're afraid he's going to bring it out, that they're stopping everybody on the road coming out of Colorado.
Oh, they definitely are.
Driving 80 must be a nightmare,
To me,
especially within 100 miles of Colorado. Damn.
Especially if you don't have Nebraska plates.
Hmm.
That'd be funny to, you go to the car rental place and you want a rental car with Nebraska plates. You don't
yeah.
get fucked with it. You go through
If you're gonna do that, you better make sure you have the county, because they also do that. Like what county you're in. Oh, you're not in our county. I'll pull you over.
Wow.
they're
Okay,
fucking with
here it
you
is.
in
No
Omaha.
wonder it's. No wonder I could remember. It's so easy to remember. I mean, it's such an easy name. That's why you can't remember it. It's Max, Nebraska.
I never heard of him.
No, okay.
I'm a city boy. I don't know much about Western Nebraska.
Oh, you had Super Bowls, huh? Snooty motherfucker.
Our city's like
easy.
400,000 people. It's not that big.
400,000 people.
It's good size.
Shit.
That's plenty big.
This whole county that I live in only has 17,000. The town I live in has under 800.
we have a split counties here. There's a county line right in the middle of our city, pretty much. So there's a different city named Papillion.
We all have marbles and play stickball. Let's see, I found it, and there's the videos here too. I'll put the link in the box. Did anybody look at that spooky video I put up?
I have it pulled up, but I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, it's a good one. You gotta watch it. Here's the Max, Nebraska, and that would work for the whole United States.
Has anyone noticed that like the media is not talking about elections?
Yeah, I noticed that.
Thank God.
No, I find that interesting.
No, it's midterms. I guess it's not as exciting, but
it's a bit
sounds like
suspicious.
Congress just left town to do all their campaigning and shit, so they really ain't doing a whole lot.
They talk about that shit all the
You
time.
know, okay, I just have to say this. Wouldn't being a congressman be like the greatest job? You never really have to work. You get paid tons of money. You get money for the rest of your life for doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
None of that matters. You can do inciting trading legally.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. That would be a great job. Of course, you have to have millions to buy your way into it, but gentlemen, I am going to have to leave you. I am getting a bit sleepy here, so I'm going to bounce. And I want to thank you for having me on the panel tonight. And I will probably talk to most of you throughout the week sometime.
Don't forget to copy those links and watch those videos.
I've got the links copied and they're open in a separate window, so I don't close them.
Alrighty.
Okay, thanks everybody, and everybody out there watching. Please don't forget to share, subscribe, and if you like the panel members, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to them also, so that you can see all the great information they're putting out. Bye everyone. Have a great night.
Good night.
And enjoy.
And enjoy.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Night.
Yes, in the side chat said she is getting sleepy, so she didn't want to pull a hickbilly and sit there and fall asleep during the chat. We can see her snoring,
Yeah, I really want her to watch that first one. She's gonna love it. But you know, this one in Max, Nebraska, this guy, he talks like Rhode Island Red, the cartoon rooster, you know? And it is really entertaining. But if you listen to everything he says, I mean, they put up their street lights. If somebody's got a flat, he said if there's a pothole, he's seen women stop and get out of their truck and grab a shovel and fix that hole. My first thought was, why didn't you go over there and help her if you saw her? Right?
How
But
many?
It looked like she had it under control.
How many people live there?
oh hell, I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't seen this video for a few months. But it's one that sticks in your head. You never forget it once you see it.
They're self-sufficient.
Yeah. And if you look it up on Google Maps, it is a very small town. They do have, so I think there's a trucking industry there. And there's a big cemetery you can notice right away too.
No, I like Nebraska. It's a good place.
Yeah, me too. I tell you what, when we were driving, first time we were driving to California, we took 8094 and went across and saw the Platte River about 9,000 times.
Yeah.
And just as many Platte River signs too, you know. But we stopped at one place and we had breakfast, and that was like the most fabulous breakfast I ever had in my life. I don't know where
And
the hell I got those eggs, but
we have
damn.
the most restaurants per capita than any other city.
Oh,
Like
really?
Nebraskans, they love to go out to eat.
No, that's
But
cool.
when we go places, we notice bad customer service like right away because
Oh, yeah.
you get treated very well here. The waitresses
Yeah,
are always nice,
that's right.
and yeah, like when we went to Florida, my family, we went to Florida, we were like, what is wrong with the waitresses here? But
Yeah,
that's just the way it is. No one cares about their job.
right. Because there's so many other ones. Like in Florida, you get it. Just like in California, you quit or get fired from one restaurant, you go right down the street, go to another one.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of because there's so many options to go out to eat, and if you have a bad experience, you're not going back.
Right. Yeah, we're real particular too because we work in the restaurant industry. Uh, and I am the first one to pull a $5 out of my pocket to tip a waitress if we get real good service.
Oh yeah.
And then if we go to, a higher class place and, breakfast and shit like that, I'll go to 20% of the check, you know. There was one place up here, as a matter of fact, it's in Illinois, Burnham, I think. It's called the Taste of Italy. I'm not sure if it's still there or not anymore, but place was fantastic, and this waitress was just so attentive, and she very observant, and anyway, no complaints, you know. And when she came around, she says, and she said this, she said, do you have any complaints? And I said, the only thing, and I don't know why the hell I said it, I says, the only thing I see here is that the butter's hard, and that's it, the little plastic squares with the aluminum foil top, I said, the butter's hard, that's all, no biggie.
Because they got them out of the fridge and they're still frozen.
Yeah. She took that butter and put it in her hand, put it between both hands and stood there until it got soft. I said, you don't have to do that. I'm just kidding. I can open it up and let it do, warm up by itself. No biggie. I'm not starving. She said, no, I'm going to take care of this. I don't want you to have any complaints at all. Okay. Yeah, it was fantastic. So, how most kids if you tell them you can take one or two friends and pick wherever you want to go for your birthday,
Yeah.
Well, I told one of our sons that, and I figured, going to go to McDonald's or Chuck E. Cheese or some shit, right? fuck no. He says, oh, I want to go to a fucking Taste of Italy. I'm like, what? It was $170. Of course, me and the wife had drinks, but, you know, those kids put the food away like you would not believe. And our youngest boy, man, he's got one expensive palate. We went to, we went on vacation to a resort, and they had a bandstand and all this shit, you know, and a big restaurant, so it was like a Skyview restaurant that overlooked the park. And I said, okay, you guys order whatever you want, you know. He fucking comes off, waitress comes over to the table, he comes off with, yeah, I'll have the Chateaubriand. I'm like, what? Yeah, him and my old lady split that shit, man. I couldn't believe it. Like, damn, man, I was going to order a hamburger. Make me look bad. But still had a good time. He's a good cook, too. He cooked the hell out of everything.
Yeah, we have a lot of good, because we have really good meat in Omaha. Like, there's Omaha steaks you can buy, and
Oh, yeah, we've had those.
they sell all over the country.
Right, that's what we did. We had my wife, as a matter of fact, won Omaha Steaks gift certificate for $50 from Omaha Steaks on a YouTube contest. Matter of fact, last year.
But even like their hamburgers, like anyone that's barbecuing,
Yeah.
they usually buy all their stuff from Omaha Steaks. And a lot of people will work there part-time just to get the discount. They don't even need the money.
What the hell?
They buy so much meat that they'll work there part-time. Like seasonal.
Oh, well, can't beat that. Get that discount. That shit is not cheap,
No.
but it's not garbage either. Good stuff.
But do you know Fairway grocery stores?
No.
I don't know if that's just a local thing, but they have really good meat. And they have butchers. Like, they're not just kids. The butchers are really good. They know what they're doing.
We have one had one over here now. Now I say had. It's still the same name, but they changed hands, and they got different butchers, and they raised the hell out of their prices. But they used to have a really decently priced filet mignon, and I guess that's the last time we'll ever have it, because now it's way too fucking expensive. But it was a really good cut, good price, and man, when it got done, it was, oh my God, it was heaven. And you know what the hell, you get filet mignon like once every 5 years. So maybe I'll just put it in the budget and save up for another 5 years for it. Probably be $100 a foot by then. They don't even go by the pound.
Yeah, it's like going to the store and buying carpet. You know, they used to sell it by the square yard. Now they sell it by the square foot. You know.
Yeah.
It's only 1 cent per square inch. Yeah, right. So those Omaha steaks has all beef is Nebraska raised, you know, on grass, I suppose, or
I don't think it's on grass, but they pick out, like, they pick out their own meat. They have their own purchasing, and they get the good stuff before it goes to the grocery stores, I think.
I wonder how they look at a live cow and say, okay, this is going to be a good one, and that one's going to be a bad one. But
I bet that's how they do it.
You, HD or Jim, you guys shut it down, or you want me to shut it down?
I'm not in as the dragon, and I'm going to bail at midnight, like I usually do anyway. So.
Yeah, I was going to shut it down here in a few.
Go ahead when you're ready. I got to roll out too, so whenever you're ready.
I was going to keep it up. I was going to get into a private. We'll do a little after chat. But like I said, we got 30 people Where's Mule at? Is Mule still here?
No.
Yeah, I just had a hiccup.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you are, brother. What do you, Mule, I was going to get out for a little bit. Did you want to shut her down, or you want me to do it?
Yeah, no, you can shut her down, bro. I'm good.
I got a question before we leave here. Has anybody talked to Ronnie Brown lately?
Yeah, why?
Because I tried calling him in a chat twice today and there was no answer. So I just figured, and it was in the afternoon too. He should have been home from
All
work.
right, well, I gotta go. The wife just got home, so
Okay,
I'll talk to you guys during the week.
Night, Mule.
Night,
Good night,
guys.
Mule.
Buddy, we'll shut him down.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Alrighty.
Thanks.
Shout outs or anything?
Before I shut it down, just want to say thanks everybody for watching. And Big Duke, starting off with you. You got any shout outs?
I'll just shout out the dragon.
Thank you, my brother. That's it?
That's it.
Jordan, sweet. Love it. Who's next? Neil's still here and he left.
He left.
We left.
Jim, you next, brother.
Okay, how about Tentacle Tony out there in Vegas? He's holding her down and being real. So shout outs for, what was it, Tactical Tony 702, and then he's got another channel. How was it, Tactical Anthony or something like that?
Shout out to all the tactical Tonys. Pretty much. Jim is
How much did he pay you?
He said he was going to send me a handful of, what was it, 30 6 brass or something like that, but waiting for it to come. But
HD.
Shout out to Predon out there. Haven't seen him in a while. Shout out to the Third Option, even though he's trolling us. Shout out to Rebel Solutions. I keep on missing him. And shout out to the Political Port. She's disappeared off the radar. I don't know if anybody's heard or seen or hide or hair of her, but I haven't seen a video or a tweet from her in weeks. So I don't know. Anybody put a comment in the chat if you've heard from her or anything or seen or knows what's going on. Hopefully she's okay.
TPP.
But put an APB out on her. We'll see what's going on.
APB on TPP.
I just want to say thanks for everyone who's watching. And like I said, we're not trying to cause new friction. We just want to help everybody and go in a positive way. That's all. We love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. Thank you for being loyal to the Dragon. Don't forget to sub to Big Duke, High Desert Pioneer, and don't forget to sub to our boy QC Chimp 420. They're all great channels. Everybody make sure y'all go out sub to them. Me, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You can sub me if you want. I don't really care, but there's a lot of good channels. Rebel Solutions. Shout out to Third for staying loyal. Our Ninja Troll. We want to thank you. And Political Port. HD, as far as Political Port, I did see a couple of posts in my feed. Are you just not seeing her in your feed, or you're just not seeing any posts in general? Because I'm seeing.
She's disappeared, as far as I know. She is not on Twitter. Like, she doesn't have an account. Like, she's been blocked or banned or something. And I haven't seen her in my feed at all in like 2 weeks. Have you seen her? In G Plus? In G Plus?
Yes,
I know she hasn't made a video, has she?
No, not in probably a couple of weeks, like you're saying. But Twitter, I don't really dip and dapper. But like I said, we got to keep our eyes open for Political Port. She's well needed in the community. Absolutely. Shout outs to her, and we love you all. And thanks for watching. Have a good.
Okay, I would have done a shout out, but.
Oh shit! I thought you left. Oh no, Joe, go ahead, brother. We're still good. We're still here.
Yeah, September 22nd, the last time she shared a video. It wasn't even her own making.
Shout out to G Mangos. Thank you for the invite. Shout out to Big Duke, HCP, Jim, 420, and Mule Team 66. Let's see here. Ah, damn it. My thing, why won't it come up? Shit. 1 second here. I'm having a problem with this.
Hey, it's your world, brother. We're just living in it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve, for hosting.
Shout out to
Okay,
True Seeker. Poison Stinger. Tactical
Oh,
Tony 702.
big shout
Oya
out.
People. And Wild Iron Horseman.
And Kansas Hillbilly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kansas.
Kansas Billy Prepper and Swedish Paracord Nut. There you go.
Real quick, does anyone have an update? Because a lot of people are asking me what's up with Kansas.
No, I don't. Stinger would probably be your best bet, but I haven't seen him for a couple of days.
I didn't know if Jim or High Desert heard anything about.
Just realized he's recovering. That's.
Well, this Wednesday, Jim, I know you or Stinger basically back up Kansas's GTA, or if you want some assistance, and if they don't run it on Wednesday, Jim, if you want to, I'll call you Wednesday, like afternoon. You're what, an hour ahead of me? It's almost 1 a.m. So
We're midnight here, so we're an hour behind.
So you're an hour behind me. So I'll call you Wednesday, and we'll see if you're available.
We'll see what we can do. Yeah, if I'm around. I was busy last Wednesday, so we'll see what happens.
All right, guys. We're signing off. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you all. Have a good night.
Okay, good night.